Hey everyone! Welcome back to TechieTuro. In our last video, we conquered the responsive grid system. Now that we have structure, it's time to learn how to style our content quickly and efficiently using Bootstrap's built-in typography and utility classes. Bootstrap automatically makes standard headings look great, but we can enhance them using display classes for large, impactful titles. To begin, we'll add a standard H1 tag to see the default styling. Now, let's start with display 6, which is the smallest. Notice it's the same size as the standard H1, but it overrides the default boldness, giving it a lighter, cleaner appearance. Stepping up to display 5. This size is slightly bigger than the H1 and display 6. Next is display 4. This size provides a noticeably larger and more dramatic look. Moving to display 3, the size increases again. Almost to the top, display 2. This is a very large size, great for main section headers. And finally, the largest, display 1. This size is huge, perfect for the main headline on a landing page. By stepping through display 6 all the way to display 1, you can see the clear, consistent progression in size and the modern, lighter font weight applied across all classes. They are great for maximum impact without writing custom CSS. One of the biggest time savers is using contextual color classes to style text. These use a simple pattern, text and the color. First, let's create our base headings for the colors we want to demonstrate. We'll apply the class text primary to the first one. This applies Bootstrap's main blue color. We add text secondary for a softer, muted gray look. We add the rest, text success for green, text warning for yellow, and text danger for red errors. We also add text info, text dark, text white, with BG dark, and text muted. Look at how quickly we styled all these headings. No CSS required. These color utilities let you establish clear visual feedback instantly. These color classes work on any text element, not just headings. Let's demonstrate their versatility on a paragraph, a list item, and a link. We'll add a simple paragraph tag and apply text success to it. Next, we'll create an unordered list and use text warning on a list item. And we can even color a link red by adding text danger to an anchor tag. Notice how the colors are consistently applied to the heading, paragraph, list item, and link. These utilities let you style any element's text quickly, which is a massive time saver for your workflow. Next, let's look at controlling alignment and font weight using simple utility classes. In earlier examples, we added text center to the whole document body. Let's remove that global class now so we can control alignment element by element. We'll start with a standard heading tag. To explicitly center text, we use the class text center. To push the text to the right, we use text end. Now for font weight. To make text bold, we use the class FW bold. If you're wondering what FW stands for, it means font weight. To make text light, we use FW light. We can also use FW normal to explicitly remove any default boldness the HTML tag might apply. These classes are crucial for presentation. Notice the effects. The text center heading is now perfectly centered, the text end heading aligns flush to the right, and the FW bold and FW light classes instantly change the weight of the text. Furthermore, let's explore background and border utilities to add visual flair and separation. These are essential for styling the containers and boxes where your content lives. To give an element a solid background color, we use the BG prefix. The best part is, the names are the same as our text colors. For example, we use BG success in a division tag. We can easily add another division with BG primary. See how quickly we change the element's entire color palette? We can use the same names, primary, secondary, info, warning, danger, and others, to apply colors to the background. Now for borders. To add a basic, thin border, we just use the class border in this new division. To customize the border, we can use our color utilities again, like border danger on this same division. Now let's compare border weight. We'll add a new division and use border 2 for the thinnest line after the default. Right below it, we'll use border 5 for the maximum thickness. The difference between the normal border, thicker border 2 and the substantial border 5 is clear. Remember, you can use any weight from 1 up to 5 to control your border's thickness. The spacing utilities are perhaps the most powerful tool in this topic. They allow us to control the space around and inside our elements. We've actually been using these. We applied classes like MT5 to our body in the previous examples to give the content some margin on top. The utility shorthand is simple, P or M then the size. P is for padding, internal space, and M is for margin, external space. Sizes range from 0 to 5. First, let's look at padding. We'll create a block element with a border and background color to clearly see the effect. To add padding to all sides, we use P5. The space appears inside the border, pushing the content away from the edges. Next, let's look at margin. We'll create another element. To add margin to all sides, we use M5. The space appears outside the border, pushing other elements away from it. See the clear difference? Padding increases the element's inner space and overall size, while margin creates empty space around the element and pushes its neighbors away. Now, let's control the sides. We do this by adding a side indicator. Let's start with a few simple blocks. Each box has a border and a colored background so we can clearly see how padding changes the space inside. First, we'll add PS3 to the first division. This stands for padding start 3, or padding on the left side. Next, we'll add text end in P3 to the second one. That means padding end 3, or padding on the right. Now let's compare them side by side. The first division has extra space on the left, while the second one has space on the right. Both give the text a nice breathing room from the edges. Now let's do the same for the top and bottom. We'll add PT3 to one division, and PB3 to another. And when we look at the result, you'll see the first one has more space above the text, and the second one has space below the text. This is great for separating content vertically. Now let's add padding on both the left and right sides at once using PX. The letter X means both horizontal directions. Here, the first span has a padding level of 3, and the second one has level 5. The higher the number, the more space. Also, let's try PY, which applies padding on the top and bottom. And there we go, equal spacing above and below the text. So PY works for vertical padding, while PX works for horizontal. Moving on to margin. Let's add MS3 and ME3, where MS means margin start, left side, and ME means margin end, right side. The number 3 sets the margin size. The first division moves slightly away from the left edge, and the second division from the right edge. Next, we'll create top and bottom margins using MT3 and MB3. You'll see extra space above the first division and below the second one. Finally, let's use MX3 for horizontal spacing and MY3 for vertical spacing. These apply margins on both sides, left and right for X, top and bottom for Y. The first division moves away from both left and right edges, while the second one gets extra space above and below. And there you have it! You've successfully mastered Bootstrap typography and its powerful utility classes. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to hit like and subscribe to TechieTuro for more beginner-friendly coding and web development tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.